eat some more. And let's bring on our next speaker. She's actually a veterinarian who's working on a PhD in animal science? Wildlife science. And she's going to talk to us about zoonotic diseases and feral pigs. So we know what feral pigs are, but I don't know what zoonotic diseases are. But please welcome, and let's get the answer from Maria Palamar.
Hello. Well, yes, long time ago, I started thinking about what I was going to do when I grew up. And I decided to go into vet school because I didn't want to deal with people. I was like, I want to deal with animals. Yeah, little did I know that once I started vet school, it was all about the people. It was all about the owners. It was all about the people interacting with the animals. So I got involved and interested in zoonotic diseases, that are diseases that can be transmitted from humans to animals. And in general, we think of ringworm or some type of different worms that you can get from your dog. But in the case of feral pigs, we think about money. Because when I started my PhD, I learned very fast that it's all about the money. Because you can't get I wanted to save the panda bears, but there was no money for that. But there was money for feral pigs because in North Carolina, we are the second pork producer in the United States. And if we have a disease in those pigs, in the pigs that we're producing, then we won't be able to export them. We won't be able to sell them freely around the United States. And right now, we are free of most dangerous diseases. So I started looking at the feral pigs because now everybody wants to eat organic pork, pasture-fed pork, and that means pigs that are friends with the feral pigs. And we started looking at them, and we started getting samples, and I started going to hunters when they bring their pigs back to get samples from those pigs, those feral pigs. And I eventually learned that we have something that is called brucellosis. So we actually found the first cases of feral pig brucellosis here in North Carolina. And when I was looking at these hunters, they were dressing the pigs with their bare hands. And I was like, are you not scared? You know, I went to vet school. Everybody was wearing gloves, goggles, mask. And they were like, no, my granddaddy did it this way. And he taught me. I was like, yeah, did he die of a horrible disease? And they were like, no, of course not. If you cook them right, it's okay. And I was like, what about all the blood here and in your feet? What are you going to do about that? And they were like, oh, I didn't think about that. Well, brucellosis is a zoonotic disease that is not only bad for pig production, but is very, very bad for humans. So I started talking to them. Well, you know, if you get this disease, you'll get a fever that is really bad. You lose a lot of weight. And they were like, okay. And your testicles are going to get huge and inflamed. And they're like, oh, really? And that is true. It will happen. But the fever was not enough. So I had to go with the other symptoms. The thing is that eventually, now we're asking them in some dressing stations to wear the gloves. But like I said, it's all about the money and it's all about the people. So it was interesting to see how people that think that know something are very close to new knowledge. They don't care, they're not listening, and especially from a girl that, you know, dyes her hair and comes all cute with her almost high heels to the field, and they're like, yeah, she doesn't know anything. And I really don't know that much, so it's okay. But I do know about zoonotic diseases. So with this campaign, we also have a very strong educational campaign. Which I think is very interesting. I think not a lot of doctors know about these diseases. They don't have them among the diagnostic tools that they generally use. So what happens is that these diseases go untreated for many, many years, and people, it's like a cancer in the symptoms. People start losing weight, they start feeling horrible, 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 and they don't know what's going on, and part of it could be brucellosis. So this is what I do now. I work with zoonotic diseases, and I work with many other diseases as well, not only brucellosis, but I think that for North Carolina, this is a very, very interesting topic. So I guess
thanks. Perfect. Oh, give it to him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Maria Palamar. What we can learn from feral pigs.